How many opticians does it take to change a light bulb? One or two? One or two? Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today let's show some footage from Maz Kanata. She does some interesting things. I'm really excited to use her, especially in GAC. I used her in TB actually, and I forgot to record it, so that was fun of me. But what's really fun are my patrons. They're awesome, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for your support. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm. Let's go, I suppose. So my arena shard is, I suppose I could have messaged some of them. I'm in contact with at least some of them. We have a Discord server, but it's kind of like, why would you talk to your neighbors if you don't have to? And so instead, my good friend SoloBase15 got a bunch of footage with his Maz Kanata. And of course, this is in arena, so it's none of the Omicrons are active. Datacrons are active. So we're not going to have like a really definitive concept of what she can do until we actually see her in GAC, which, come watch me live. Well, I'm keeping her for offense at least this week. Should be interesting. But one way or another, we've got a few teams that show a little bit of promise. Remember, she'll probably work better against Galactic Legends in GAC because of her kit saying that it doesn't work against Galactic Legends, and then the Omicron actually saying, oh, actually, no, you can use this against Galactic Legends. We'll see how it all pans out, of course. A huge amount of her kit is hiding behind Omicrons, but she's still... You'll see, guys. This is really interesting stuff. So let's go. And of course, this is... we'll need to thank SoloBase15 for the footage. And then if I say anything that's like, hey, he should have done this, it's mostly not me saying he shouldn't do that. It's more like, I think it's possible we could optimize doing something like that, or at least some like discussion about his discussion about kits. So anyways, so let's go. Couple different teams that we can beat, and of course Datacrons are a thing here. So the first one he's facing is like Folly Relic 9 Jedi Master Mace Windu team. He's using a Rolocron with the good pirate level 6. And so that kind of does make pirates really sort of overpowered a little bit, which that's just what we've got to work with right now. They're overpowered until you take into the fact that there's no Omicrons here. And Jedi Master Mace, I guess he likes the Temple Guardian Omicron, but it's nowhere near as overpowered as what Maz Kanata is missing. So, anyways, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, so remember that the Rancor guy, Quigold, he has the pre-taunt. And so one of the things you'll want to remember, guys, is at the start of the match, Maz hands out the stacks of profit to your opponents too. So they all have 5 stacks of profit. Now in GAC it gets really interesting because once they run out of that profit, then she'll start being able to death mark them. As it is, when they run out of the stacks of profit, she'll be able to at least take a bonus turn. It's way worse than a permanent death mark that you can't dispel, but it is pretty cool. Well, it's okay. The other thing to remember, though, is so when she does crits, when she hits someone with a crit, then that has a stack of profit, she regains that profit and she hands that profit out to her team. And so she is going to consistently be getting more, like she's buffing her team's damage every time, because profit, I believe, gives extra offense and... Hold on, let me look that up. Okay, it's 10% crit damage and crit chance. So if you keep calling her to assist, she's going to just buff the whole team's damage. And so there are reasons you might not call her to assist, though I think that's going to be the first emphasis I have when I start playing, is just giving her lots of, like, calling her to assist as often as I can. Which I understand, like, what Solo's doing here is calling Hondo to assist, which he's like the guy who, and when he assists, he's getting stacks of ransom, which also boosts his damage and makes him a lot stronger. So I don't really blame Solo for this. For calling him to assist. I'm curious to see what would happen to the team's total damage if you just keep calling Maz to assist. So remember, yeah, every time she gets profit, she hands it out to her friends too. She's nice. That's why she's a light side character, obviously, ish. So against Mace, I think it's cool. He's putting the handcuffs on Mace himself. Though I would be curious also, like, that's probably wise, because Jocasta isn't really a threat until she gets her gun, and it's other characters' actions that give her her gun. It's not necessarily like she eventually, of course, summons that. She gets the lightsaber gun out herself, but it's by them doing specials. So holding Mace as captive is probably the right way to do things. And of course, this is the first time many of us have used these teams. We're all just going to be button mashing, but um, yeah. So let's see. This one is that wasn't the mass assist. That was the one that cleansed all debuffs off of you. And then there goes Depa just dying casually, which is neat. That's what you hope for, especially if you're a clone. You hope that she'll die casually. She won't mess with you. Poor old Quigold, man. He's apparently been investigated and is now he's got that red debuff, which is what a sad day to be a rancor faced fellow such as himself. Anyways, the Temple Guard looks like he's going to be kind of a hassle to burn through. And the Maz team really does seem like it's a team that takes its time to ramp up. It's going to take a while to get it going all the way. I'm the one regret I always have when this happens, like they release a character and immediately we have datacrons for that character, and that's cool enough if you have the character unlocked and everything. But the problem is that you don't really have a great grasp on how good and effective the characters are, because this is kind of an overpowered OG Hondo on this team, and it's still taking a while to burn through this. Of course, as I said before, we also don't have the Maz Omicrons at work, which would probably make this a lot more interesting. But anyways, it's just a cool, like, is this always going to be a Mace team? I don't know. I think it's got a decent potential to do that, honestly, guys, after we figure everything else out. Now, we've got two matches here with two fights against Queen Amidala. The first one is without the Rolocron. It's just like a good, solid cron for the Queen Amidala. The second one, apparently this team can beat the Rolocron, but it times out quite a bit. So we have one of the successes, but Solo said he times out quite a bit. Of course, they don't have the Queen Amidala crons here, so our mileage may vary, of course, but this is a very high relic Queen Amidala team as well. Let's see, did that... I guess he got his. I guess Hondo got his ransom from putting captive on the decoy, even though the ransom here, even though captive isn't currently on her. I don't know if he actually got it or not, but he does get his ransom numbers up to preposterous levels really quickly, which is really fun. See, this is the mass assist, I think. Yeah. Did you see how they all assisted? That's called a mass assist, guys. It's not like a Catholic Church assist or something. That's not how that works. It's not like an assist that determines the mass of someone, or is it? Yeah, okay. So put captive on Queen Amidala. That's fantastic because then she can't summon her decoy. You have more time to take out these fellows. Gosh, so they're just so filthy with all of their buffs and everything. It's obnoxious. And you see, Solo's not even trying to kill Queen Amidala, just kill the supports, because eventually you'll be able to just take her out um, on your own. Like if she's on her own and you still have the full Maz team, then you're good. One thing I think is really interesting about this fight is, or about both pirate teams, is it kind of emulates the nature of, you see a pirate movie or something, and it's just like they have consistent number of like, there's just a ton of chaff, like you have a ton of pirates that just die all the time, and so in this, it's kind of cool because you have a revive mechanic on both of the teams, both the Pirate King Hondo and the Kicks, or well, the Maz Kanata team, in the form of Kicks in this case, where the pirates just have, it's just like a seemingly endless flood of pirates. And I think the other thing that's really impressive about this, like this is full Relic 9 Queen Amidala team, and it's well modded, and that like they have a good datacron and everything, but they're still just not doing enough damage. Quigold is a crazy tanky fellow. Now, my guess is this solo has Quigold at Relic 9. Frankly, I don't know for sure. I bet he's at least Relic 8, but still, I mean, he's withstanding quite the barrage here. Right? Like the pirate teams are going to be very they're going to be very tanky here. Let's rewind just a little bit. I'm very curious to see. Is this Relic 9 on Quigold? Yeah, it is. It's fancy. Okay, so now this is against the Rolocron. Now, if you're watching this after the Rolocron existed, or if you just don't pay attention to datacrons at all, the whole thing is you call a mass assist every time a light side character does anything, right? As long as you have a buff, then you get to assist. But on a Queen Amidala team, you always have buffs because she's just so thick with buffs. And so I'm showing this footage. I want to make sure you understand, though, that yes, it's a Rolocron, and yes, this footage, this particular match, this fight, whatever, is shows Solo winning the fight. He said that half the time, at least, he timed out. Like, he couldn't actually, like, they still didn't kill him. Like, he didn't die, he just timed out every fight against him, or at least most of the fights, just because they all these assists, like, they're just gonna consistently be regenerating and be, doing their stupid Queen Amidala thing. I mean, it's just a really good team to have that cron on. So just make sure you guys understand. I'm not saying that, hey, this will beat a Queen Amidala team with the Rolocron every time. Maybe in GAC, because we don't have the Omicrons, as I keep saying. But then again, she doesn't have hers. And the Datacrons, they probably balance each other out. This Pirate one is really good. The Rolocron's really good too, though. So, anyways, this team is cool. I'm excited to use it, guys. I'd be curious to know what you guys' exploits with it are. I am going to keep, like I said, I'm going to keep this team on offense for at least the first week of GAC, so come watch me live if you like. There's links in the video description. I'm thinking of going full ad-free on Twitch. I'm not totally sure about that, but I might. We'll come let me know on Twitch if that's something you're interested in. But anyways, you can watch it on YouTube as well. That will be available. You just can't listen to music while you're on YouTube because their copyright laws are so crazy. But you can see how just crazy resilient this team is. Like, it's been 2.5 minutes already. And Solo, I don't know, has he killed the decoy yet? Even once? It's just because they take so long. Like, all those assists just take forever. And I mean, the other thing about it is Grandmaster Yoda, whatever his name is, yeah. he's just taking so many turns because he assists, and whenever he hits someone that has more than half health, then he gains what, 40% turn meter or something. It's preposterous. So he's he just keeps going, and then of course he calls everyone to assist, and it just takes forever for you to even get a turn. However, they're still alive. Like they're not even in that much danger of dying. Like Kix has that really good regen move that can also revive you, and yeah, the whole team is just really resilient. I'm very impressed by it, in fact. Gosh, it seems kind of like he's going to time out here, which is why probably he timed out most of the time. I think this is an instance of him. I didn't watch the whole thing, guys. I'm a little bit in suspense. Like, how is this actually going to pan out? Of course, this team is also really. I mean, they're all. Look at all these stacks of profit that they have. Like, I guess Hondo only has 5 stacks, but the rest of them just have an enormous number of stacks of profit, and they're just doing a ton of damage. I think, yeah, Queen Amidala's gone. That's pretty wizard, right? I guess when she's gone, then she's not. I guess in this circumstance, if you don't kill her first, then you're just screwed because you can't get through that decoy a second time, most likely, or at least not a third time. So, yeah, looks cool, guys. What are your thoughts? I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Hit me up in the comments, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Huge shout out to SoloBase15 for his for providing the footage as always. And guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth may or may not prevail. What about Grandmaster Yoda? Kill him! Dude, just take him out. Yes! Oh, that's satisfying. Take care, guys.